Hey, what's up, guys? We're back at you again here for the Phenom Challenge Live. Jamie Shaw here.
Miles Mastrocola. Great weekend.
It's been an unbelievable weekend. We want to come to you here. We want to recap the entire weekend. We want to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, with everything that happened.
Mostly good, though.
There's a lot of good, actually. There's a lot of good, actually. Number one on my list of good was the amount of college coaches we had come.
Yeah, it was really good to see, 75, 80 college coaches just about throughout the entire facility. It was good to see that kids were getting seen and kids picking up interest, kids even picking up offers. And
did get the final numbers. We had 75 coming into today. We probably had another 25 to 30 coming in. So we had about 100 college coaches that came in throughout the entire event, which was awesome. And even more so, it's great to sit here and walk into this beautiful Upward Stars facility and see 5 to 10 to 25 to even upwards of 45 coaches sitting on a court. Each court, every court had coaches on it watching.
Yeah.
So D3s, D2s, D3s, D1s, JUCOs. I mean, we had everybody here watching.
Yeah, it was good to see. What is always nice is obviously in the non-live stuff. A lot of that is to kind of establish a foundation.
Yeah.
You're trying to build the buzz for yourself heading into the live period, showing to the scouts, to the media that hey, I can play.
Yes.
And when you see that come to fruition and college coaches notice it. It just makes you really happy for the kids that have that opportunity. I think that's the everlasting message of an event like this.
No, absolutely. Yeah. It's the culminating factor of all the hard work you put in, all that kind of stuff, to be able to sit there and see, because it's not a given. College coach shows us the game. It's not a given. You're getting an offer. You still have to go out and perform.
Yeah.
But to give yourself the opportunity and all that kind of stuff is awesome, and it's good to see that we're able to provide that platform. To have all these coaches that are here, every court having coaches on it, with watching kids and all that. That was my very first takeaway from the weekend. How about yours?
Yeah, I think. Well, since you hit the nail on the head with kind of the big picture stuff, I think looking at just the basketball, Juwan Carr is the best 2020 point guard in the state of North Carolina.
He makes the game so easy.
There are a lot of other guys that are very, very good, but from a pure point guard perspective, especially now if Jalen Cone is looking at a 19.
And Shaquille Moore as well.
Shaquille Moore possibly as well. If those two guys end up leaving, I feel like it's no brainer.
Yeah.
Then if Cam Hayes goes back up, that's a whole yada yada yada. But regardless, Juwan Carr showed he belongs at the very least in that conversation among the elite of the elite for the four generals in the hoop state. And the fact of the matter is, like we said last night, you can put him in any situation and he will succeed. Well, surround him by just about anybody too.
The crazy thing about it today was they were in a close game back and forth. In their game against New Light Disciples Day, which is a deep team who's very good.
Very good, yeah.
He came out of the game. He got hit in the face. It was an obvious foul call that the referees missed.
Yep.
He had to come out of the game, get his eye looked at, and he came back in the game with about 7 minutes left. From the 7-minute mark to the 1 minute mark, he had like 12 points, 4 assists, a couple rebounds, and a huge block shot. Kept him in the game. He absolutely took the game over.
Yeah. The fact, when I walked over, I've been on mainly courts 3 and 4 throughout.
And when I say took the game over, I'm talking about he's hitting heads, getting to the paint and trying to dunk on everybody.
Yeah. So exactly. So when I came over to kind of just peep in, walking around a little bit, and it's like, gets rebound, goes coast to coast bucket. Gets rebound, goes Euro step in the lane, coast to coast bucket.
Yeah.
Like the kid just comes at you in waves, and the fact that he's just so consistent that every game it's there, just means so much.
But when he wants to go, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
And I think the New Light Disciples deserve some love.
Yeah.
Jamari Thomas gave him a lot that he can handle.
Jamari Thomas was great. Jamari Thomas was great all weekend.
Yeah, he's someone that, he's a 2021 now. He's another guy that's laying that foundation. Coaches are watching him. He's playing up in age group saying, let's put this one in the memory bank.
Yeah.
The fact that he came off a torn ACL and looks just as athletic, if not more, I mean, listen, nobody's Dennis Smith Jr., but the situation is, like when Dennis got hurt and tore his ACL and came back better, it's similar to that from the standpoint that he was able to really power through that injury, that setback, and use it as a positive and get to where he needed to be.
Well, and the great thing about Jamari that I really appreciate is his competitiveness.
Yes.
Like he came into that.
He said, I want to be ranked higher.
I want this. He saw that we have been touting Juwan Carr as the top point guard in the state of North Carolina, and he said, I want some of that action. And he came in early. He was clapping in Juwan's face. He was yelling and screaming, going right at him the whole time. And he held his own and did a great job.
Yeah.
He is a legitimate point guard. He is playing up in age, coming back from an injury, and still competing with the best.
Yeah, exactly. Another guy on that New Light Disciples team that I thought had a really, important weekend for him, just from a recruiting standpoint, Tyler Young.
Man, yes. Tyler Young was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Tyler Young was unbelievable.
6'8", load, about 250, 260. And will bully you on the block. Like we said, a combination of power and finesse. And the fact of the matter is, he's a Division I player.
Yeah. The thing of Young that's so unbelievable, his hands are unbelievable.
So soft.
So soft. He catches everything, gets to everything, and once it's in his hands, they're like meat hooks. The ball, you're not getting the ball away from him.
No.
And then he's got nimble feet. He's got great footwork. He's got patience on the block. He's able to use the rim for protection. He's just a great post player. He's a throwback, 6'8", 250-pound, low post.
And he definitely has some things he has to work on. He still has to really get his body right and get a little more muscular, just toned up a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, he still has the time to get there. He has a summer to really work on that. And I imagine that he's the kind of kid that's going to put the work in.
He was also probably the best rebounder I saw this weekend.
I mean, it was
everything.
15 rebounds every game.
Every game. Yeah. It was unbelievable how well he rebounds. So at the North Carolina Top 80, we had a kind of experience, a breakout with Josh Banks in the 2020 class, and is one of the top wings in the class.
Yeah.
I think in this event served as notice for everybody to watch out for Emil Flowers.
Yeah. Like he was unbelievable.
I mean, unbelievable. And it was awesome to be able to see. During the live period, these coaches have to be everywhere. There's 8 million events going on at one time. Obviously, if they're not here, they're in the wrong place. But, you can only see one game. You have to see one game and then head out. The luxury we got to see Emil Flowers play every game, and he showed a different facet of his game every single game here. That was great.
You need me to initiate offense, I can do that. You need me to dunk on someone, I can do that. You need me to hit the 3-ball, I can do that. Like the kid, just another one, just simply gets the job done, and he plays the game the right way.
Yeah.
He doesn't force the issue. He gets his guys involved. He's making the extra swing pass, passing up good shots for great ones for his teammates, and that matters. That's the kind of stuff that college coaches notice. We've been preaching on that pretty heavily. Like you have to make the right play. So
previously, last night he was able to show. Well, the first night he was unstoppable. People didn't know who he was. He had 31. He had the game tying 3 to put it in overtime.
Yep.
And he probably had 4 dunks that were unbelievable dunks. Standing 6'5" with like a 6'10" plus wingspan, long, athletic, bouncy, can score it. So then last night he showed in the open floor that he's incredible in the open floor. Getting downhill, hitting hezzies inside out, crossing his man, getting to the basket in the open floor is great. So in the half court in the first night, he showed that he could play and score. Last night in the full court, he showed that he could be unstoppable. Today, he played against a very good Team Winston team, an athletic team who knows him. They packed it in on a zone to get this thing. He ends up with 8 assists.
Yep.
So he initiated the offense, ended up with 8 assists. You need him to, just like you said, you need him to score in the half court, he's got 31. You need him to score in the full court, he had 28. You need him to initiate the offense and let other people score and get them involved, he goes out with 8 assists and 1 turnover.
Yeah, so I feel like he might be that kid that has the biggest bump from this event.
Yes.
And then another kid that I want to point out, we saw coaches talking to and very, very heavy interest. Like
coaches talking about.
Yes.
Not talking to.
Yeah, coaches talking to coaches and stuff like that. Saquon Harris.
Yeah, oh God. So Saquon Harris is going to have D1 offers this week.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about Saquon though is class-wise, when's he coming out?
Yeah, could be a 19, could be a 20. He has that option, and I think he's going to look at really once he gets. Basically, what the schools are saying is, we get him cleared, it's an offer.
Yes, I can tell you right now, the D1s that were here.
You send us your transcripts, we will offer.
I'm trying to get him on campus next week and locked in.
Yeah. So when you look at a kid like that, who people knew he was a good player, but then to do it in front of the coaches and have it possibly his life change forever.
6'7",
shoots it,
can initiate offense, shoots the cover off the ball.
Yep.
And he could get downhill off from the wing. 1-2 dribbles, finishes at the rim through contact.
Yeah.
He's got a full arsenal of game that translates, playing incredibly well. And he did it every game this week.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other guys on that Juice All-Stars team. I was really impressed with the way.
I
think the unsung hero of that team, and he's a new addition, is Lawrence Frost.
Yep.
The
energy.
The fact that he defends the point of attack with the passion and the pride that he does. The fact that he runs the team and does not care about his stats. All he's trying to do is win the game. And another thing, coaches notice.
And shout out to Lawrence, man. Lawrence, basketball aside and all that kind of stuff, if you get to have a 10-minute conversation with Lawrence Frost, I suggest you take advantage of that. One of the most engaging, personable, funny human beings.
Yeah.
If he was terrible, he's not. He's an incredible basketball player. If he didn't play basketball at all, he's going to succeed in life.
Yeah.
Just because of his engagement, his personality, his ability to just.
I think people around the parks call that charisma.
Charisma. Yeah. Unbelievable charisma.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a good one. Around the parks.
Yes. Anyways, and then I think another team that deserves some love is NC Spartans.
Yep.
Particularly the West team played really well, but the East team is the team that I watch mostly, and guys like Casey Pierce, Jake Ledbetter, Whit Shrevey, Isaac Spainhour all showed that they are next level talents. Yeah. And you have a guy like Jake Ledbetter, who's known around the state of North Carolina as one of the best shooters in the state. Yeah. He's a true point guard.
Yeah.
He's established himself as a true point guard. The way that he moves initiates the offense, passes the ball, gets the guys involved. He's never forcing the issue. Often we're wondering, hey, shoot the ball more. Yeah. But he's like, hey, we're going to run this team and we're going to try to win these games and make sure that we do things the right way.
I agree. Two other things. A couple unsigned seniors that I think really opened eyes this week. There's three of them total. Two of them, we talked about Saquon Harris earlier.
Yes.
About how coaches are trying to get him on campus and get him done quick. Two other guys that kind of fit that mold too. Jet Fortuny.
Yes.
At Cary.
Yep.
He was probably actually the most consistent performing unsigned senior of the entire event.
Yeah.
Going for over 22 every single game.
45% from three in his sleep.
Shot the cover off the ball, but see, do not pigeonhole him as a shooter.
No,
because he can shoot the cover off the ball, but he can score it.
Is he a scorer or is he a sniper?
Yeah, is he a scorer? But he can score. He can score. He has 1-2 dribble pull-ups. I mean, he always catches the ball set, triple threat. He can go left. He can go right. He can pull up. He can hit it off the catch. He can create for himself.
Another one with a keen understanding of the game.
Oh, without understanding, without question, and he understands his game and how he gets to his spots that he needs to attack.
Self-aware player.
Yes, absolutely, and he can defend.
Yes,
he can defend the ball.
Another kid on the team, Philip Burwell. Just a junkyard dog.
Yeah. Philip Burwell, if you're a D2 school in the state of North Carolina, if you're not offered full money to Philip Burwell, you're recruiting wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Philip Burwell wins.
If you need a guard on your roster,
Philip Burwell wins. Philip Burwell makes every single person on his team better. Philip Burwell walks into the locker room as the instant leader that everybody circles around and rallies around.
Yep.
And he can play.
Yep. So I think
another unsigned senior that I was talking about, Jet Fortuny, Sean Jenkins is another one.
Sean
Jenkins from Upper Stars Upstate. He played at Spartanburg High School this year. He is another one that, just like Jet Fortuny, just like Saquon Harris, coaches are trying to get on campus and lock up this week. 6'4", he, like I said, Spartanburg High School, he averaged 25 a game this year, shoots the cover off the ball. He's from Ireland originally.
Yeah, I think he came over his senior year.
Yes, for this year.
I remember there was a situation I knew about that back when I was in high school. If a kid comes over his senior year, he may not have the attention right away, but if he can play, probably a school will take a chance on him, get him to the next level, and he'll probably have a good 4-year career there.
Well, this kid here is a Division I player without question.
No question.
This kid here is one of the best shooters in the entire event. He doesn't miss. On his makes, he didn't even hit the rim. I mean, this thing is so pure coming out. He knows how to get to his spots well balanced and all that kind of stuff. It's unbelievable. And another unsigned senior that I think Jet and Saquon. Well, Saquon's an interesting story, but Jet and Sean are in things where they're going to try to get locked up quick. I think the unsigned senior that had the most questions about him, of coaches loving him, but still questioning, was Noah Dunn.
Yes. Noah Dunn.
And I don't want that to sound negative, so let's expand on that a little bit.
The way that Noah Dunn has come back from such a serious knee injury and has consistently worked and continuously steadily gotten better and stronger and back into the shape that he was at before is admirable.
Well, he missed most of his senior year with the knee injury. He had a little complications with it toward the end. Yeah. And he came back at the very end of the year, probably at 50%.
Yeah, and found a way to contribute on a state championship
winning team.
So, and then he comes into this event and is playing with
unguardable,
a ton of passion.
Unguardable.
He can shoot the ball from the three-point line, but I love him when he's put in the high post and you just give him room to operate.
It's unreal.
He'll either shoot that mid-range jump shot and it's probably going to go in, or he'll get by you, or he'll make a great read and find a cutter or a shooter out on the wing. And the kid is another one that finds a way to get it done.
Yeah.
A lot of the coaches get hung up on, they overthink things. Oh, what does he do well? What does he do well? The kid gets it done.
Yeah.
And that's what matters at the next level, and he's going to do that. Whatever school ends up getting him is going to be very, very lucky.
Sandy, he's probably 6'3", 6'4". Right now he's probably about 230, 240. He's unguardable. And I think D2 schools should take serious consideration with him because he's got a very unique gift in his ability to score the ball.
Yeah.
And he was able to score the ball, like you said, from the high post. He could score it from the wing. He could score it on spot-up threes. He could just score the basketball any way that you want him to score it. He could get buckets. And he went for over 30 in 3 of the 4 games today.
Yeah. Another unsigned senior I want to shout out, Chris Rogers.
Yeah.
Team motor Virginia 434. the kid is swaggy.
Yeah.
The kid comes down the court, will hit you with a pop, and then whop one right in your face. Like he is.
Pop, whop.
Yeah, pop, whop. Simple as that. Anyways, no, but for real, the kid, he just understands how to run the team and plays with so much flair that, like, it's just like he's magnetic to watch.
Yeah.
You have to watch him play. And
speaking of unique talents, one who for me is unique is Kulal Mating.
Kulal Mating has a ceiling that is higher than the one that we're looking at right now. It's pretty damn high.
Because Kulal is uniquely gifted in his ability to run. He switches ends of the floor faster than anybody I've ever seen.
Let alone being 6'11".
Yeah, and there were multiple times in this event where he would block a shot or fake a shot and then be the first one down the court on the other end. Block a shot at the top of the square, come down with it, pitch it out, and then beat everybody down the floor for an open dunk. Or go up for a lob, get back, and then today, went up for a lob, made the dunk, gets back down, blocks the other guy at the rim on a chase down.
Yeah.
He's uniquely gifted in the fact that he's somebody who wouldn't even surprise me if he tried to run the 400 meter in track.
Yeah.
He'd be unbelievable at it. He's a long strider, and he's just an unbelievable runner and athlete, totally gifted, and he's skilled. He can shoot threes.
Yep.
Take it off the bounce a little bit.
Catch and shoot, gets right into the rim all in one motion.
So unique, like you said, 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah.
He is about 175 right now, so
he's got to add weight. That's the next step for
needs to
him.
get that peanut butter sandwiches, man.
Peanut butter sandwiches. Yep. And
wake up with a protein shake in his hand.
Exactly. But he's getting there.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's also consistently shown improvement in the skill set and still has more room to improve on that, putting the ball on the deck, getting stronger with his handle. The kid has some serious skill and talent, and it's only up from here.
Max, come here real quick. So Max had the dubious pleasure of following Trayvon Bird all weekend. So we've had Miles talk about him, we've had myself talk about him. As a videographer, what are your thoughts on Trayvon Bird?
Sensational.
Oh, he's taking the words actually
sensational.
Right out.
Sensational.
If you watch the video on Friday
How
night,
exciting is it?
that.
It's like I see him going D1.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
He's
High
like,
flyer. He's a highlight waiting to happen.
He is the next Isaiah Todd.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hot take.
No, here's the thing.
Hot take, Max.
He compared him to Isaiah Todd, just the fact that he'll go make a big play and look right at the camera and be like, yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. No, like the kid plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's still learning how to best utilize his talent and his physical ability. But considering where he was 12 months ago, he's improved tremendously. And he's only a 2021. If he continues to go in that route, there's no reason to believe why he's not a high major talent.
Yeah.
No reason. And he's playing point guard. He's having mistakes. I think he had a game with like 8 or 9 turnovers. But he'll still have these moments where it's like, wow.
And they're more than moments. I mean, 39 on the first night.
Yeah.
And went over 20 every single game.
Had 100 points this weekend.
He had 100 points this weekend.
Yeah.
So, which would be 25 a game before.
Yeah,
so
average 25 a game. So,
another young player that I want to shout out, Kianai Tajiri.
Yes.
With UC Dream Chasers,
Yes.
UC 27 Dream Chasers.
He's a project, but he's got a lot of stuff to work with.
He's becoming. He's on the cusp of becoming one of the. We got to put a camera on him every game because he will do some breathtaking stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be attacking from the rim, hitting you with some jelly in traffic, dunking on your head, getting
Driving
downhill.
baseline and booming on something.
He's a 6'8" sophomore right now. He's got a size 18 shoes. He's got a 7'2" wingspan.
He'll probably grow.
Yeah, he'll probably continue to grow, and he's right on the cusp of really popping as a high-level player.
Yeah.
You can see that, just like you said with Bird, you can see the bits and the pieces, but just like Bird, his flashes are breathtaking.
Yeah.
And it's the one where all of a sudden you're watching, it comes out of nowhere. He dunks on somebody's head, and everybody in the stand stands up, grabs their buddy beside him, and gives him the face.
What?
Yeah. Did that just?
We like to call that must-see TV.
Must-see TV.
Yeah.
It's the one where the camera immediately tries to find Miles and get his reaction.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. Anyways, any other things that we missed on?
I think overall we want to thank. We had 190 teams come today. We want to thank y'all from the bottom of our heart for coming and supporting. It was great. They came from 7 different states. Thank you for trusting us. I feel like we did a pretty good job in delivering on our promise.
Absolutely.
We had over 100 coaches at every single game. We had unbelievable coverage here. Shout out Donnie, shout out Max. We want to shout out Miles and Flomo and Jeff Bindle and James Wilhelmy. Yeah. The whole team was unbelievable with the coverage. So we thank you for entrusting us with the platform. I think that we delivered on our end with the exposure side of it.
And if you're not here, if you're not even a team and you're just watching this video, we thank you as well. We appreciate the support on the content side, and that's something that we really take pride in and we really appreciate. But man, it was a fun weekend.
It is. Make sure you check out the website, phenomhoopreport.com.
Yeah.
Make sure you check us out on all social platforms at Phenom_hoops. Make sure you click subscribe here on this. We want you to subscribe to YouTube, share it with everybody. Comment to us, let us know if you have any questions. I also want to shout out Champion. Thank you for the awesome hoodies that we have. We have the top 80, we have the blue Phenom
Champion,
ones.
thank you for dropping the bag.
Yeah,
Sincerely
Champion,
that.
you're unbelievable. Everybody go check out the Champion team wear. Their stuff's unbelievable. What they've done in the last 5 years. They've always had the best sweatpants, the best leisure wear.
I feel like they're just the general status of Champion is on the
it's on the steep
trajectory.
incline. I suggest all of y'all to go check out Champion.
And I think these live periods are fun. I wish we had more of them.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I think the kids wish they had more of them too.
Yep, a lot of the kids do.
You know, it's opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you.